Hello and welcome to Prophetic News, episode 4. I'm your host, Markus Verneuzer, and with me today, like every time, is the co-moderator, Judith Millar. Jude, nice to have you here, like every time. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm a little bit tired. I think I feel like most of our audience today a little bit exhausted, but do you have news for us?
Yes, we do. So, welcome to episode 4, and thank you for all the support so far. It's been really, really good. Before I go into everything that Spirit is passing today, they have explained that there's parts of it is quite big and informative, and there's other parts that's quite small. And why they're putting in the little small parts is because they want people to build their trust. They want to show people you can trust them by these little things coming true, to be prepared to know the bigger things are very much going to come true. So, to kick us off with episode 4, Newcastle United player will either be sick or injured. Lots buried beneath the surface, more landmarks, many more landmarks and cities. You'll be interested in this, Marcus. Many more landmarks and cities to be found, and the star system shows where everything is, as above, so below. The other world is underneath. It's underneath our feet. It's covered up. The 7-star system machine, time shifts, pyramid, light, and shadow. Now, Spirit has said in the past about the star system. In the other, if you go back to our other episodes, we've discussed, Marcus, about the star system being a roadmap, star constellations and the star system, not what people think it is. And Spirit are kind of elaborating a wee bit more now. So they are explaining that if we follow the star system, we have many cities and we have many landmarks below our feet, underground.
But here, let me interrupt you a little bit, because this is very important. If we say they are landmarks,
Yes.
we showed a video, I showed it to you, that there was a boy, he figured out above every single pyramid, the Aztec pyramids, the Mayan pyramids, there were to the time they constructed the pyramid, a star directly above. Nowadays, what we say, okay, there's a specific star system above, it is not more the star system what it was maybe 1,000 or 2,000 years ago.
Yes.
To identify this nowadays as a star map or as a map, what guides us to specific places, is not more recognizable nowadays, because hundreds and thousands of years ago, star system or positions of stars were different. So we have to match them by going back in time.
Exactly. Because remember, in one of the episodes, I'm not sure if it was episode 2, but I know it was one of our previous episodes, the Spirit said to go back to the Saxon times, to go way, way back to get true star alignments. So you're 100% right in what you're saying. We need to go back to the true star alignments, and it's going to show more than pyramids. There's so much more beneath the surface, and the stars are the maps to it. But we need to go back. The 7-star system, machine, time shifts, pyramid, light, and shadow. it's very interesting. And I think there's more going to come up about that. So I do
Yeah,
think
when
will.
we speak about pyramids and shadows and light, the serpent or the snake, what is going down to a specific time of the day when the sun
See, I was
is
going to say I'm being shown the sun.
exactly, yes. So it has nothing to do with a real snake, more what we can identify on the ages of pyramids, what
Yes.
maybe looks like a snake when the shadow from the sun goes over the edge of a pyramid.
I don't know about the snake shadow, but I can stand over the sun, because as you were talking there, here's my fur baby trotting there in the background, and you were saying there it was the sun that showed me the sun. So that's what I was being shown, was the sun. Boat. The next one I want to talk about is boat journey. Curtains closing. Large boat gets into trouble. Breathe. So what I'm taking out of that is it is a cruise ship that's going to get into trouble. The curtains closing tells me it could be at nighttime. For the curtains closing, and I think it is everything we give is to come and is relevant to the truth. It unravels the truth, it unfolds the truth, and it is still to come. So that is relevant. Also, garden waste, Liverpool match disturbance. So I feel by what they're saying, what they've said to me there is there is going to be a trouble at a Liverpool match, some sort of disturbance, but I feel it's to do with rubbish, or it's to do with like throwing things. I don't know, but that's what I'm visualizing. Gulf War ships on the move. Plymouth warships on the move. And for yourself, Marcus, or anyone who isn't aware, the Royal Navy is stationed at Plymouth, or Portsmouth and Plymouth here in the UK. Okay, so that's very relevant, and that's going to tie in with what's coming up next on through. So I've also written down about an aeroplane engine failure, either at takeoff or just after takeoff. And I've written down June 2024. So they're saying it's June. Now, this is very interesting. This is where it kind of gets a wee bit deeper. So Turkey, we know there's a lot happening in our world at the moment. We know that there's a lot of disruptions and uprising and displays. There's a lot happening around our world. So Spirit are saying Turkey is going to get involved. Holidays will be cancelled last minute. Turkey will be relevant. Summer. Germany will be involved along with more countries. Now that's going to tie in with more as I go through this. So they're warning people about the summer holidays. So they're trying to keep people safe. They're trying to make people aware of areas that can not be maybe so good for them. Volcano Iceland, there's going to be another volcano eruption in Iceland, but it's not the one that has been spewing at the moment or for a while. It's a different one. Now, again, armies preparing plans like the Cold War all over again, 2025. So I think there's a couple of things going on, separate things is going on from, around the world. So this is an interesting one, and I'll explain it, Marcus, to you for anyone else who's not aware of it. So in Liverpool, they have what they call the liver birds. Okay. And the liver birds, it goes back to a very, 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 like I think it's the 1800s or something. It goes way, way back. One liver bird faces out and one liver bird faces in. And the myth is that if anything, back in the day, they kept two liver birds at this city hall or at this building, And the myth was that if one of them died or one of them escaped, or one of them got damaged, either the sailors would not come back safely or the town would flood. So Liverpool liver birds damage, water, birds speak, flood. So I clarified it with them, and they're saying that there is going to be some sort of flood with water. I'm not sure if it's torrential rain, but that's why they were talking about the liver bird, because of the history with the liver birds. Our daughter goes to Liverpool, and they have assured me that she would be okay. So I have to pass that because it is relevant. And another one, and I don't feel it's UK. I feel it's further abroad. I don't know why I want to say Australia, but I haven't been given a country, so I'm not going to. Terrorist attack in a department store is going to take place. It's not something that's already happened. This is something to come. Okay? Europe, August. Lots is going to happen. We need to be on our guard, and we need to be prepared. Now, for anyone who's not into symbols or the alphabet and as to what each letter means, Spirit gave me X, Y, Z. And they said it was very important. So X is the sign of the cross. It's also depending on who's referring to it, it can of Christ. And also can refer to other dimensions as well. Y is connected to religion, contemplation, and inner wisdom. And Z represents weapon. And we've already been told about the Christian armies and the uprising and everything not being what it is said. So X, Y, Z, I personally would translate that as cross, religion, weapon, false worship. The war is not what we think. Remember, we talked about the distractions. We're being distracted for a reason. With all these things happening around the world, the distractions are intentional, and it's to keep us busy. So summer holidays, disruption, July, August, they're pinpointing those 2 months for summer, which is going to be badly affected. Also, they've told me this, we talked about this in episode 2 or episode 3, September relevant, the 3rd of September, all connected. And we've talked about the 3rd of September in previous episodes. So they've elaborated a little bit more on Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein, still alive and well, not UK country, Europe, son. I don't believe his son is dead either. I believe he's with one of his sons. I know his sons were supposed to have been killed, but I will always stand over what spirits say, because they can't lie. They can't lie, and they must tell us the truth. They must always, give the truth. And the messages that we're passing is what spirit's choosing to share and asking to be passed. So another one that has people talking, are they not, is Michael Jackson. He's still alive and well. Okay. They're quite adamant that he's still alive and well. So they are. And I know there's a big discussion goes on about Michael Jackson and the white hats and whether he was, or what spirit are confirming he is. And we talked about the title of a city being revoked. And again, they're saying the plans of the city revoked this year. They're saying this year. They're not saying the city, but they're saying it's this year. Europe is awakening. A footballer, I don't know football, Arsenal footballer collapses, taken to hospital mid-match. Again, so I feel it's somebody that's already happened to, or there's something's happened to them and something's going to happen that way again. Tube trains are going to be targeted. So we have to be careful and we have to be vigilant of our our safety. And Spirit are very good at, they're not trying to scare people in any way. They're trying to look out for us. And they're trying to help us understand what's happening around our world and where. So that takes me to the next message. So Spirit talk about people being scattered all over the world. And they're all going to come out. And there is going to be a planned attack. And it is all going to be all over Europe this year. 2024, everyone misses what's in front of their eyes. Now, Spirit's not telling us that to scare us. They're telling us that because it's something that's going to happen. And I would rather have heads up than not know. So I would. They're saying, wake up. We need to wake up. War will be declared August 2024, although it starts off very slow under people's noses. War is dividing people. High mountain tops. Iran is going to retaliate against Israel, but using a third party. By a third party. August changes things for everyone. Army hidden inside our world. Army hidden inside our walls all around the world. Rising up, they are preparing. August, stay at home. So many places will be targeted, busy places. So again, they've got timelines, they've got the destinations, they've got areas. There's separate things going on there. And I feel Ukraine's involved with Russia within the 2025. There's something going on there. Iran's coming in with Israel, but they're using third parties. Nothing is what it seems. There's chaos all around. And remember, Spirit said the first half of 2024 would be a bit crazy. The second half was going to be much worse. And they did say 2024 was a year that none of us would forget. French Tower falling. We talked about this in the other episode, and this is the Eiffel Tower. I'm really confident this is not the Eiffel Tower. It's coming this year. Again, not what people think and not what people are expecting. Drone, lots in the sky, lots in the night sky. We don't see it coming. Drone pilots, these people are skilled. It has begun. People being put in place. And I think we're all aware that there's like displaced people being placed all over our world. And we're not sure why. And there's a lot of talk about this and talk about that. The French Tower, there's something happening in France. I know the Olympics is in August, July and August. They have not given me the Olympics, but they have told me France. And what they have said is the army hidden inside our walls, they're all around the world. Yes, they are. They're all fighting age. They're all coming to different parts of our world. They're spreading out throughout the world. And that's not to offend anybody or say anything in the wrong way. It's to try and help explain that Spirit said they're all within our own countries. They're all within our own times. You know, they're all already here. It's within our own walls. So they're talking about the night sky and drone pilots and the French Tower, and I believe that will be connected with August also. There's lots kicking off and taking place in August. There's more freak weather, man-made, much more to come. Gateshead, now, people might not think this is relevant international, but I would argue because I think there's more to come. Gateshead to Portsmouth, the sea tells stories. And I've written down immigration. And again, it's linked. There's business tax. Businesses are going to be affected by tax. There's going to be a change in business tax this year. They just said this year. So they gave me this, and at first I wasn't going to include it because I didn't think it was relevant. And then something told me to go and check, and I did. I'm glad I did. So they gave me Jacobs West Belfast, and that's here. So I thought, I don't know if I'll include that. But when I went to check what was linked to that, it's a company that works and provides cyber all over the world. It's connected with the governments, it's connected with different worldwide companies, and it's to do with cyber, and I feel it's very much connected of people's information getting, so I feel targeted. I feel it will be targeted because it is going to affect just not local, it's going to affect international. There's another tornado to come into the UK. So Spirit talked about the pandemic. There's another pandemic going to come, and they're very good at giving like little rhymes and different things. Well, they've just come out with it and just said to me, September 2025 will be relevant. Pandemic coming. Learn from the mistakes of the last one. 3 years, the pandemic will be flu 2025. So I'm not sure, is the 3rd of September connected to this year, or is the 3rd of September connected to 2025? The 3rd of September is 100% relevant. It's either connected to what's going to kick off in the second half of this year, or it's to do with the pandemic in September coming. So we know that there's a lot going on with our royal family, with the king, with Princess Catherine. And last episode 3, Spirit talked about Princess Anne, and health, an announcement will come. So they're also saying that Kate will come through. People need to be patient. She will be okay. She will come through. It's a process she needs a feeling to go through. And that she will, and there's going to be an announcement from the royal family coming up to come. Sad news in August for the nation. Garage is going to go up in flames in Southport. Again, I had to Google where's Southport. I didn't know, but I understand there's little things when people understand and say, gosh, that is right, exactly as Spirit said, this. Then they understand that Spirit's trying to help them for the bigger things like the pandemic, like what's coming in, the displacement, the disruption, the attacks and wars and whatever's happening in our world. So Wales relevant news to come, and I've written big beside it. So I'm not sure if that's linking into Liverpool, because I know there's something between Liverpool and Wales to do with water, and so I don't know if that's connected or if it's something separate at this stage. So there's a celebrity here, Eamon Holmes, he leaves GB News. That might not sound big, but again, it's a validation of everything else that Spirit has given. Hospital closure, there will be more than one this year. City fire, man-made. And Japan leaving talks. Now that's everything for this episode. But Spirit has very much kind of answered a lot of questions that we've been asking with different episodes that we've already went through. They were giving timelines, they're giving where, when, and how, basically. And I understand why they've done it that way, Marcus, because Spirit are trying to show everybody that, they're not here to scaremonger, and they're not here to throw out all this different bad news. It's not like that in any way. Spirit are trying to help people, and they're trying to show people, we're trying to help you, we're trying to show you, we're trying to prepare you. Our governments know a lot more than what they give us. We all know that. So at the end of the day, we have to look out for ourselves. And Spirit are very kindly helping us with that. So I look forward to seeing what comes in episode 5, because there's lots that's come true already. But as we approach the summer and August, we're heading into the second half of the year.
Yeah, Jude, thank you so much for the information from the spirit world. We will
Most
be
welcome.
aware of what's going on in the near and not so near future. For today, we say thank you, and we see you again in episode 5. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.
Bye.